Peace. I want to welcome you all back to another dope session of Hoodies the Podcast. I'm the host, Gar Rashidi, and I'm not going to waste none of your time. So let's get right into this. So I know I've started off a pod like this before, but walk with me. Okay, so you're a Hebrew Israelite. You're a child of God, a Christian, Methodist, Pentecostal, non-denominational, etc., so on and so forth. There's so many. You subscribe to comedic science, and you can even you've even learned how to decipher some hieroglyphics. And I say some because even scholars would tell you that not all of the hieroglyphics have been deciphered. But anyway, you're a Muslim, Sunni, Shiite, Orthodox, Nation of Islam. You're a 5%er, so on, so forth. What does it matter? With all due respect, I know I've expressed my views on religion, and some of it may have been offensive, and I'd like to think that I've dialed it back. I think I've dialed it back. But anyway, the question is, what does it matter? The Nation of Islam headquarters is right there in Chicago. That's temple number 2, actually. But that's the headquarters. And it's crazy there. Trust me. There's temples everywhere. Harlem, various places. Churches everywhere. Temples, churches, whatever. But what does any of it matter? Okay? Outside the temple or the church. What does any of it matter? That's the question here. Are you all familiar with the Anti-Defamation League? ADL for short. And if you have, are you aware that there's an ADL headquarters? The headquarters is located right there in New York. Did you know that? Manhattan, to be exact. The borough of Manhattan. In fact, the ADL has 25 regional offices in the United States, including a government relations office in Washington, D.C. So, why am I bringing that up? Because maybe I missed it. And if I did, comment and correct me, please. I would like to know, why didn't you Hebrew Israelite brothers go rally outside of the ADL headquarters in Manhattan? Why the Barclays Center in Brooklyn? Why not the one in Manhattan? Or DC? Something's not adding up, bruv. And I admit, I may have missed it. I don't claim to understand everything. I'm sincerely asking the question. Why not Manhattan or DC? You know what I'm saying? Why the day, the day that Kyrie Irving was slated to return to the court? What was the point in that? I didn't understand. Why not when shit, been trying to watch my language in my pods. Why not when the sugar honey iced tea hit the fan? Why after he had already been disciplined? Why then? I'm not understanding that. Why put him in a position to have to answer more questions? Now they question him about your presence. What was supposed to happen? What did you stop? What point was made? Something's fishy about that. But that's the question. Why? And still, what does all of this matter? What does it matter? Alright. Sidebar real quick. I recently did this podcast with good brother Rob Naylor Jr., who's also the creator of this hoodie here, No Bad Energy. You probably already know that, right? Anyway, I did this podcast with good brother Rob Naylor Jr., who said something in that podcast that had me thinking. Check it. Brother Rock, can you help me understand why people do this every single time? Every time somebody is unjustly slain in them streets, or a situation like this, affluent you know, celebrities, let's call them that, always get charged for not saying something. What is that about?
Yeah.
Where's the logic in that? So I'm supposed to ruin my business relationships.
You know what it is?
Too.
You
What's
know what it
that?
is? You've been around long enough. I've kind of been around long enough, but we have new people born every day. And to them, this is the first time this has ever happened. You know what I mean?
Okay.
This is brand new to them.
Right.
So they're thinking this is the first time this atrocity has happened.
Right.
We have to do it this way. But we know that we've seen this way attempted before.
Right.
And nothing happened. No change happened. It's just we're in the same cycle.
Right.
So, I mean.
So with that said, this portion of the pod is for those of you who are new here. And by the way, the podcast, or the link to that podcast, is in the description. We did that, man. We did that. You know what I'm saying? You got to see that one. Be sure to go show some love there. Like, comment, subscribe, share, the whole nine. We did that. All right? So, since you are new here, you need to know that it's okay for you to have your own opinion. You'll be shunned for it, but know that it's cool. For some of you who are new here, you need to understand that most people's thinking is like livestock going to be slaughtered. There's this narrow walkway for them where they can't turn around, they can't do nothing. What I would like to say to you today is that it's alright for you to think for yourself. You don't have to go through the slaughterhouse with everybody else. You know what I'm saying? But you will be shunned for it, like I said. When you dare to think, like, wait a minute, that don't even make sense. I ain't doing that. Yo, I ain't supporting that. I ain't going down there. Niggas be shooting down there. Think for yourself. Yo, who the hell wants to go to O Block? As soon as people find out I'm from Chicago, that's one of the questions they ask. Well, one of the questions they ask, if I know Lil Durk, if I knew King Von, or whoever, if I know Chief Keef, whatever. And also, have you been to O Block? Why would I want to go to O Block? I'm sure a lot of you know O Block is in Chicago, right? It's in the 6400 section of South King Drive. Martin Luther King drives, I want to say nationwide. It's the things people have said about it throughout the years, and if you've been anywhere around it yourself, like I have, then you already know it's never really spoken of in such a positive light, right? So that's where O Block is. Okay, it's in a low-income housing complex called Parkway Gardens. For those of you who don't know that, you know what I'm saying. And to paint a description, there's young brothers out in the courtyard staring down folk. You know what I'm saying. Mothers be shook trying to get their kids on and off to get to school and then back into their apartments. And security cameras posted up everywhere, right? But to the people there, it's referred to as O Block instead of Parkway Gardens. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily sure how it became that. I don't know if it's because a young Michelle Obama is said to be from there. I don't know. Another reason could be that back in 2011, there was this young brother by the name of O.D. Perry. Okay, he was a young gang member who was gunned down just around the corner from Parkway Gardens. And his killer, right, was a 17-year-old. She was a gang member as well. Her name was Jakara Barnes, and she was later shot to death not too long from there. And that's unfortunate. It really doesn't matter how that complex got its name. It really doesn't matter. What really matters is, why are so many people enamored with this? That's what it is for me, right? And I don't think it could be because of Michelle Obama, because if she was young, her last name couldn't have been Obama yet. Anyway, but It's obvious that there's no men around. No man in his right mind. You know what I'm saying? And the moms, not in hers. Yeah, I said it. If it's a man around, he's not in his right mind. And if the moms is around, she ain't in hers either. You can tell. You can tell. Let's not front. You know what I'm saying? Moms is twerking on the gram. Let's just call it what it is. Moms is twerking on the gram, and Pops ain't in his right mind, or just not around at all. You know what I'm saying? Sister and elder Shahrazad Ali was on this podcast from TV not too long ago, right? And she made some powerful remarks in regards to social media and our black women. She explained about how they're all over IG, but their asses out, tits out. Of course, she didn't speak it in that way. She thinks she used words like backside and this, that, and the third. So let's say backside. I'm trying to watch my language, right? But she spoke about how the whole world sees this. The whole world sees our black women with their backsides out, their breasts out, vagina print, breast, nipple print, the whole nine. All over the world, just all over social media for the world to see. Our black women with their finery out.
That is the image that people all over the world see black women in America as. That's not me. That's not any of my associates or friends or sisters, anything. But that image gets the most attention. Now, I don't know how we got to that it would be okay or cute or anything to bend over and shake our naked behind. Our little girls are doing it. Our teens, our adults, and even our senior sisters. Everybody's out there trying to show their naked butt. I don't know well, I do know what it originated from. I do understand that. But it's been a very testing thing to see that, knowing that when I mention it, everybody get mad at me. And I'm disturbed about that. We are into a lot of self-worship.
And then also there's a crap load of overly tough dudes all over social media, waving guns, doing all kinds of ratchet crap. Trying to watch my mouth. So listen, man. Social media, the Explore page on Instagram, is a microcosm of society. You know what I'm saying? And just think about that in your head right now. Right now. And also, when you think about that, think, damn, all those individuals you see on that, you know, that microcosm, the Explore page, a lot of them is somebody's mother and father. I'm gonna go ahead and let you connect the dots with that, youngin', since you new here. So what I'm saying is, right, end of sidebar. What I'm saying is, since I started off naming all these belief systems and asking, what does it matter? I'm saying that to say that it's gonna have to take all of us, the comedics, the Christians, the 5%ers, etc. Right? Everybody's gotta have boots on the ground. Everybody. Comedians too. I mean, in your right mind. Sure, we could use a joke or two just to kind of ease the pain from being in the struggle. But boots on the ground for everybody. Let's focus on the things we do have in common. That sounds so cliche. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of y'all thinking, well, shit, what if we, excuse my language, damn. Well, crap, what if we go to the hood and they start shooting around there trying to reach the youth? Well, I would suggest this. The Nation of Islam, well, at least that's what I see. They always in these areas. Always in these areas, and you ain't never heard nothing happening to them. Never. So, hey, listen, regardless of what your group is, or how you identify yourself, or what you identify yourself as, it would make a whole lot of sense to have some brothers from the Fruits of Islam to be there. Some brothers who are equipped and skilled and disciplined enough to promote some conflict resolution. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in the homes of our youth, man. There's a lot going on. And it just may take some folk on the outside to be an influence. Of course, a good influence. You know what I mean? Yo, listen. Every other Monday, I go to Hampton and I teach chess to this homeschool class, right? And I noticed that attendance was like dwindling. It was dwindling, right? And then after talking to the coordinator, what up, Viv? She's the coordinator. She does the homeschooling, teaches Spanish, the whole nine in this facility. But talking to her assistant, that's when I came to realize that homeschool, they go through the same things that like mentoring programs go through. It's very, very similar, I learned. You know what I'm saying? And the attendance or the lack thereof, it going on at home with our youth. It's all the same. I suppose it's the same in schools, period. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody at home on their square. Let's just call it what it is. Nobody's at home on their square. They got a lot going on. Yeah, some cases it is drugs. Sometimes social media is the drug. Social media it's addictive to both adults and kids as well. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, because of that, we can't reach them all. And I can relate to that too. You know what I'm saying? Imagine having to tell a mother, you know what I'm saying, that her son is too disruptive. You know what I'm saying? And that it's getting contagious. And imagine having to tell her that this your program isn't for them. She ain't gonna like that too tough. You know what I'm saying? Now her boyfriend is angry texting you. You know what I'm saying? And he won't call to get clarity. You know what I'm saying? And he won't pick up the phone when you call him to give clarity. Because he's clearly been misled. True story, by the way. A battery in one's back without clarity is dangerous to themselves and others, which is why I think it's also a good thing for grown men to get mentors as well. Because a lot of us are walking around saying and doing things that our fathers should have taught us not to do. And so we move as such. Shout out to the Skill Youth Chess Club. We just had our 7-year anniversary, 7 years active. You know what I mean? We hit the mall and we played random people, and then we fished for new members, some youth that could really benefit from our program. Listen, the Nation of Islam, they went where the spiritually dead were, the gutters and the slums. People were strung out and on drugs and prostituting and the whole nine. And they fished for, like I said, they fished for those who were spiritually dead. The Black Panther Party, they fished by, handing out leaflets to brothers and sisters who found themselves, victims of police harassment and brutality and such, right? So in that fashion, the Skill Youth Chess Club, we go to the local mall and recruit some youth, like I said, that could benefit from this program. The Skill Youth Chess Club is it's way more than just chess. But y'all knew that already. So happy anniversary to the tribe. Word. Listen, man. We all need to get active. I'm so cliche today. We all need to get active. We all need to get active and stop focusing, on all the differences. You know what I'm saying? Of course we got differences. You know what I'm saying? And it may sound corny too. It would do us good to embrace the differences. You see what I'm saying? We ain't all the same. We're not this monolithic group. We don't all want to go to Cabo. what I'm saying? Some of us want to go to the Swiss Alps. Word. You know what I'm saying? All of us are different is the point. You know what I mean? We need to put our attention to where it's more useful. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't, with all this belief and whatnot, then what does any of it matter? What does it matter? Nothing. That's what. Think about that, man. I'm the God Rashidi, and this is Hoodies. Ayy. Can I get to the yams? Sweet yams. Show me the way, 'cause I got bills to pay.